Hello, I'm Chief Warrant Officer for Vic Pinion, U.S. Navy retired, telling some sea stories from my naval career. This one is while I was the catapult chief aboard the aircraft carrier Ranger CB-61 during the Vietnam War. Well, I've already told some stories about some training of the crew and some harassment that the coming of our pack Admiral staff people did to me that degenerated down to, well, them bad-mouthing me and causing other people to bad-mouth me. Well, one day we got a new assistant air boss, Commander John Baals, B-A-L-S. He was a pilot, a Navy pilot, tailhooker. He flew the A-6 aircraft. Anyway, he had reported aboard. He was as the assistant air boss, and he would become the air boss later. And he was being escorted through the department by the air boss and introducing him to people. And I happened to be on the flight deck. They walked down the flight deck, and we came to each other. And air boss introduced Commander Baals and me. I used to call him Commander Baals, B-A-A-L-S, but it was Baals. So I'll call him Commander Baals, because that's what I called him, and everybody else did too. Anyway, so you're the famous Chief Pinion I've been hearing all this about. And I go, uh-oh. I said, who have you heard all this about from? Coming over a pack? He goes, well, yeah. I said, well, was it all bad? He said, no, there was some good too. He said, everybody doesn't dislike you, but they recognize good and bad in you. I says, and one of the bad things was I used incorrect hang fire procedures, right? He goes, yeah. I said, okay, they've been hassling me about that for a couple of years. I said, but they've been wrong all the time, and I've been right. He said, well, Chief, I want you to put together a dog and pony on that and tell me all about it. I said, I'd be happy to. It's already together. I presented it to Commander, so the commander he's relieving, and other people. Be happy to. And later I did. And he said, I can't believe all that. I said, well, it is. Nobody can believe it. But Commander, peer pressure and politics are powerful forces, and that's what this is all about. The politics and peer pressure within coming of our pack. Not only on the Admiral staff, but throughout the fleet. Everybody can look that up. Like I just presented you the story and showed it to you in the book. Everybody can look that up, and I can't believe that most of those people haven't. But they don't want to believe it, and they don't want to be bad-mouthed either, so they just keep their mouths shut. But then the ones that haven't looked it up are the ones that bad-mouth me. The ones that have, they just maintain a low profile. That's the way that is. It's peer pressure and politics. So that's the end of that. I said, but Commander Baals turned out to be one of the best air bosses I ever worked with. He was one mighty fine assistant air boss and an even better air boss. He listened to the crew. And I'm going to tell this one little story about him. He had a sense of humor. Every air boss that the Navy's ever had on every aircraft carrier, the big deck aircraft carriers, tail-whipped aircraft, the port catwalk during landing operations is off limits to everybody. There's supposed to be no one in that port catwalk. So the air boss is catching people that comes up out of a hatch or doorway going into the port catwalk, maybe going out to catch a little breeze or watch the sea or whatever. They're not supposed to be there during landing operations, so the air boss is always saying, clear the port catwalk. Clear the port catwalk. Get out of there. You know, we're landing airplanes. You're not supposed to be there. And on and on and on. Every day. One day, there's a peck in speakers. He's pecking on his microphone. Peck, 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 peck. Hey, over there in the port catwalk. They go, yeah, you. Get out of there. You're landing airplanes. You're not supposed to be there. Get out of the catwalk. Boy, the guy fled. And everybody loved that. The air boss did that. I mean, he became get out of there, Baals. Anyway, good air boss. Loved it to pieces. Another story. The ship suffered some engineering casualties. They lost pressurized air, low pressure air, and lost control of the ship's rudders. And the ship went, and we were going at pretty high speed. We had airplanes, engines started, we were operating, launching and landing airplanes. And the ship suddenly went into as tight a port turn as it could go into at 30 knots. I mean, we're moving. And the whole ship heeled way over and doing a donut. And Commander Baals, in a calm voice, this is a panic type situation, calm voice, stop everything, tie every airplane down on the flight deck, right where he is, chock him up, tie him down right now. So everybody rushed, tying down his airplane because some of them are literally skidding across the flight deck. And then he goes on in a tight voice, we suffered an engineering casualty. We lost control of the rudder. We're in a tight port turn. The skipper's slowing the ship, but it takes a long time to slow such a big ship, that much weight. And we went on, and the engineer did get control of the rudder and got it straightened up, and the ship straightened up. But in that situation, where airplanes are about, so they're literally, some of them are literally sliding sideways on the flight deck. It's slow, but it would have picked up had they not got them chocked up and tied down. The calmness of his voice. Whew, what a leader. Someone that can remain calm in situations such as that and control it. He did. Okay. Love Commander Baals. Fine officer. He later went back to flying A-6 aircraft out of Whidbey Island, Washington, when he transferred off the ship. Of course, he was still aboard the ship when I transferred to shore duty. And I think I already told a story, or did I, about okay, end the story.